How's it going, everyone? Today I want to show you a little bit more about the glassware that's available from aquariumplantfood.co.uk. I've got lots of the prototypes here, so I'm just going to show you in a little bit more detail what's going to be available. I don't have all the prototypes here, but I do have a good majority of them, but it should help you to understand fully what's going on. I'm going to move the camera down so you can see. Okay, the glass spray bars. The glass spray bars are going to be available in several different lengths. There's going to be a 400ml, a 200ml and a 100ml length spray bar. They're going to be available in a straight through pipe, so there's a hole at both ends, and they're also going to be available with one end sealed, so it's rounded just like a test tube and the other end will be open. This is so that you can connect spray bars together to make up your desired length. The hole spacings are 4 centimetres apart. You see there, so between holes they're 4 centimetres, and that will be standard across all the size spray bars. They're going to be available in 2 different tube sizes. So you've got the 17mm outside diameter tubing, and then you've got the 13mm outside diameter tubing. This is so that it will suit the 2 most common size external filter tubings. They're very simple to connect together. You'll either need 16mm internal diameter PVC tubing or 12mm internal diameter PVC tubing. I'll show you an example with the 17mm. Very simple. Just want a small section of PVC tubing. Put that onto your pipework. Connect on your extension piece. With the 13mm, it's exactly the same process. So you'll just put on the 12mm internal diameter tubing, and then you'll connect on your extension piece like so. Now, to go along with these, we've created some exit pipes. Now, the exit pipes allow you to connect your external filter tubing on the outside of your tank, rather than trying to put PVC tubing in which might kink. This allows you to connect your external tubing onto there, and then this connects onto your spray bar. So this goes up, down the inside of the tank, and then goes across. What you need to allow yourself when you're designing your spray bar is 50mm. These will be made so from the inside edge of the pipework there to the outside is 50mm. So if you've got a tank that's, say, 300mm long, you'll only need a 200mm spray bar and this, which will total 250mm. That just gives you a little bit of room for adjustment, just in case you don't want to put your pipes close right together. So 50mm is what you need to allow yourself at least when working out the size of your spray bar. Again, connecting these are very simple. Get another piece of tubing, push that onto your spray bar, take your exit pipe and push that on, and there you go. There's your complete spray bar, and obviously your tank sits like so. Again, it's around about a 50mm drop from what would be the lip of your tank where the spray bar will sit. So you can obviously adjust it when you have your suction cups holding your spray bar. You can adjust it up. but it will drop down about 50 ml as a maximum. Putting these spray bars onto your glass tank is very simple. We've had some suction cups we've been able to get hold of which fit the 17 ml tube in, and all they do is they slide straight over, and then that sticks to the back of your tank. We haven't been able to get hold of them at the moment for the 13 ml tubing, unless we have them specially made, which actually costs several £1000s just for the mould to be made. So as a temporary measure, we'll be supplying the suction cups with a hole in them so you can put a clear cable tie, and once you've snipped off the excess, you can't actually see that it's a cable tie, and it does actually look just like that, only a little bit thinner going around the tubing. Hopefully we can get something sorted permanent in the same sort of detail as this, which is just a complete moulded suction cup. We have been working on a few other things as well. We've been working on getting some prototypes for the jet pipes. These still need to be altered slightly because I'm still not entirely happy with them. They need a little bit more of a pinch at the bend there, just to help increase the pressure that comes out at the end, but they'll be available in the 13 and the 17 ml glass there. Here you can see a rear exit pipe. Now what this does is this comes over the back of your tank, drops onto the inside, and there's your arm there which your spray bar will connect onto. Exactly the same way as I connected the 17 ml. It just gives you a bit more of an option. If you don't want to have the glassware on the outside of your tank running down the side, you can have it running down the back. So you can see the difference between the two. That's a side exit, and then that's a rear exit pipe. We've also been playing around with lily pipe prototypes. They'll have two lugs for the suction cups, which gives it more stability in the tank. These aren't finished yet. I need to look back at the design, and I need to get myself some more external filters so that I can get these tested and see what the flow's like. But I'm kind of running out of externals now, so I need to get hold of a couple more cheap externals. Something like the classics work perfect with this glassware. So if anyone's got any home classics lying around or anything like that, doesn't matter if they don't look very good, as long as they work, so that I can test the glass spray bars and the glass ware that we're having made up. It'd be fantastic. Here's a water inlet. This has only got one lug on it, but it will actually have two lugs to give more stability. You can see the slots that we've had cut into the end there. We're going to be having the nano versions of these made up. In my other videos you would have seen the nano intakes, where they just go up and over your tank, and you don't actually need to have any suction cups on there. They're designed so that they will fit onto 10 ml tanks nice and securely. If you've got thinner glass on your tank, then you can always use the suction cup method, either with the 17 ml suction cups, or you can use our temporary measure, which will be the suction cups with a hole for the a clear cable tie to go through. Hopefully we're going to be having lots of stuff made up. We're going to have glass drop checkers, anything that the Chinese do. We're going to make a British version of it. They're not going to be as cheap as the Chinese imports. Chinese imports are very thin glass. These are a substantial thickness glass. For instance, That's the glass on one of the jets we've had made up. It's around about a 2 mil thickness glass. The spray bars are slightly thinner, they're about a 1 mil glass, still not as thin as the Chinese imports. This is so that we don't limit the flow through the spray bar, otherwise we'll cause a bit of a bottleneck. So these are thinner, but they're nice and strong. They're annealed, which means they're baked after they're made, to give them their strength and to give them their shine and polish. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that's kind of filled you in a little bit more of what's going on. Any inquiries, contact John at aquariumplantfood.co.uk. Note your interest if you're after anything in particular, and he'll certainly add you to the list. I believe he's going to start having these produced very, very soon, so if you want to get in there first, note your interest so that he reserves you spray bars on his first batch. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you could subscribe, give me a thumbs up. It all helps me in the end. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.